Hello, would you like me to explain to you why James Gunn has been trashing hardcore comic book audiences and saying they know less than the normie audience? Would you like me to explain to you why he's simping the normie audience and why he's trashing hardcore comic book fans because the DCU doesn't have mass appeal? In fact, the DCU has less mass appeal than the Snyderverse did. The Snyderverse actually did have mass appeal. Let me explain. Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends, wives, and especially your boyfriends and your husbands. And a very warm welcome back to Movies TV Mad. I am Mick Meanus, and welcome to the DCU Extra. In my first video today, I forgot to make this point, and I was thinking, should I leave it till tomorrow? I said, no. I have to say this. I have to explain the situation to you. You don't understand how afraid James Gunn is that he's going to lose his job. And the normie audience is the key to his success or failure. Well, he's already failed to give the DCU mass appeal. You see, the reason the Snyderverse had mass appeal because it wasn't nostalgic. It was something different. How many times on social media have you heard people say, well, I never really liked superheroes or Superman or Batman until I watched Man of Steel, until I watched Batman versus Superman. The normie audience are not interested in the DCU. Hardcore comic book fans are his audience. It's the only audience that you'll get no matter what you do and say. But he's trashing them to try and say to the normie audience, come, you're better than the hardcore audience, right? They say you're going to be confused, they're insulting your intelligence. But I'm not. I love you, normies. Come and simp, come and watch my shit. It's not going to work. It didn't work with Superman, it didn't work with Creature Commandos, and it's not working with Peacemaker 2. You failed, James. You're trying to manipulate the normie mainstream audience, and it's not going to work. So this is why when he got his puppet, Brandon Davis, to ask him, well, do you believe it, people will get confused with two Batmen? And then he started going into this kind of rant about how hardcore audiences who say normies will get confused actually know less than normie audiences. He doesn't believe that. He's just trying to get interest from the normie audience, and it's not working. It's not going to work. He's failed. He's going to be fired as co-CEO of DC Studios, whether that's by David Zaslav or the inevitable new ownership of Warner Brothers Discovery. He's scared. He's seen the interest for the Batman 2. There's no interest apart from a few of his simps, a few of his shills in a DCU Batman. He will not give you a great Batman because no matter who's writing this movie, and apparently it's not him, no matter who's developing the DCU Batman, apparently it's not him. Well, it is him. No matter what writer-director comes in, he will be giving them notes. And he don't have a clue about Superman. We've already seen that. And he don't have a clue about Batman because woke mentality hate Batman. You've heard them. He's a millionaire. Why doesn't he just give the Gotham City peasants his money instead of fighting crime? That's his mentality too. He don't like Batman. He ain't a Superman fan. And he's proved this time and time again. He was even slaughtering Nolan's Batman movies and Burton's Batman movies on his Facebook account, which apparently he was actually hacked and it wasn't true. I'm starting to believe you wasn't hacked at all, James. So this whole trashing of the hardcore comic book community, which is disgusting, by the way, to try and attract the normie audience, to try and create some mass appeal. You either know how to write something that brings in mass appeal or you don't. And he doesn't. He succeeded with mass appeal with his Guardians movies. Since he's come to DC, he hasn't succeeded with his mass appeal, with bringing in mass appeal. Because he's a one-trick pony, as everyone says. He only knows how to do one type of movie.